Hi, my name is Brent Bradshaw and my new company is called NewCo. This week, my final week of the 9-block survey testing, I was required to test NewCo's resources, activities, and costs hypothesis by surveying my gurus and customers. Each guru and customer was sent their respective survey results via email with appropriate background information and associated expectations. In addition to this survey, I called each of the gurus and customers to discuss their respective results. This proved to be a very informative exercise. From my guru's perspective, for my final week of testing, they were very consistent with their beliefs surrounding NewCo's resources, activities, and costs. The gurus were unanimous in their beliefs that NewCo's most important initial resource would be its human resources, i.e. the people that would actually be operating the company. The gurus were also in agreement that NewCo's most important initial activity would be the development of its acquisition strategy and associated marketing plan. Further to this, all the gurus believed that NewCo's most significant initial costs would be attributable to its general marketing plan to develop brand awareness. Finally, all of the gurus believed that under the right circumstances, there would likely be certain qualified individuals willing to work for NewCo and forgo a salary for an equity position in the company. This single feedback point provided me with the final affirmation as to the feasibility of NewCo's marketplace and its overall value proposition. Similar to the survey results of my gurus, my customers were also very consistent with their beliefs surrounding NewCo's resources, activities, and costs. The customers that believed that the financial resources and the human resources would be equally important to the initial resources that NewCo would need to employ. Like the gurus, my customers believe that NewCo's most important initial activity would be the development of its acquisition strategy and associated marketing plan. On the same line as NewCo's resources, the customers believe that NewCo's startup costs and its general marketing plan to develop brand awareness would be equally important initial costs. This was also excellent for me to partially validate with my customers that under the right circumstances, there would be certain qualified individuals willing to work for NewCo and forgo a salary for an equity position in the company. Great confirmation that the feasibility of NewCo's marketplace and its overall value proposition was there. Finally, based on all the feedback that I got this week, I am going to do a slight tweak to NewCo's resources, activities, and cost hypothesis as follows. My hypotheses will read as follows. Key resources. NewCo will require sufficient financial resources in order to provide the necessary capital for the anticipated startup costs associated with this company. In addition to this, NewCo will require effective human resources to ultimately develop and maintain the website and its marketplace, to develop a general marketing plan, and to deliver the necessary customer service and technical support requirements expected by customers today. Key activities. NewCo will need to develop a platform prototype that is capable of creating and updating user profiles, processing transactions and addressing user feedback and satisfaction ratings in order to allow NewCo to test and validate the required functionality before it's actually released to the public. It is critical that NewCo effectively and efficiently develops a customer acquisition strategy and an associated marketing plan that is capable of leveraging various low-cost social media mediums. NewCo will also need to design and implement an overall SEO strategy that includes various techniques and best practices to maximize the value and return of SEO for its website. Cost structure. NewCo will need to incur various costs in order for its business model to work. However, the most significant costs will be associated with the general marketing costs required to develop brand awareness, the customer acquisition costs incurred to create user confidence in the marketplace and in turn an active user base, and the various startup costs required to launch NewCo. The initial NewCo team will not receive a salary and will instead receive an equity position in the company. Each initial team member will have a particular specialization that they bring to NewCo in order to minimize the costs associated with third-party vendors and consultants. That represents the end of my 9-block testing. Now on to my final feasibility study. Thank you.